so many things that don't add
up.
Some of the works in the Quran were copied, kind of copied from other religious texts. And let me just give you an example.
Okay, yes, please.
The Quran itself was copied from the Bible.
Wahala. This video one I wan watch so na bomb o. This boy na boy wey be say na one of arewa boys before, Muslim. He don repent, but he don come out come tell us say see many things wey dey go on for there wey we outsiders no know. But this guy talk many things. He even talk as far as say many things for that their book, their holy book, say they copy am from the Christian holy book. He talk say anybody wey fit be arewa boy before, I mean Muslim, say he come comot, say he wan join another religion, say na kpai na dem go kpai am straight. But this one shock me. I never hear this one before. I go like more na watch this video to the end. And the guy gats cover his face because he say if they recognize him, as he stands right now, this guy himself, he talk say him whole family dey look for am to kpai am. Since when he talk say he no want dey worship for the way wey they take dey worship before. Man, not talk too much, Man, I just listen to this video. Man, I not forget to share.
Our guest prefers to remain anonymous, so we'll call him Anonymous. Please narrate your story, Anonymous.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. I'm here to do this not because I have hatred or anger towards anyone. I just want people to understand what we're going through, and so that people will be free. It's about this religion of a thing. I was a Muslim, and I've been having issues with being a Muslim, and I decided to leave Islam just to be free, not to practice or any religion I have doubt in. It all started way back in 2005. That was when I began to have doubts. During this, the time someone in Denmark drew a cartoon of the Prophet Muhammad. So, what really, what really made me start having doubt is something was happening far away in Denmark, but the ripple effect is in Nigeria. People were being killed for what happened in Denmark. So I was like, what's really happening?
What happened in Denmark?
Someone drew the cartoon or caricature of Prophet Muhammad, and according to Islam, it is something very wrong to do.
Just the cartoon?
Yes, you are not allowed to depict his image, not even if it's a nice image, not to talk of a kind of funny cartoon or something. So it is not allowed. It is against Islamic rules. So that brings about a lot of kind of rioting, misunderstanding, fights. People were being killed because of what happened in Denmark. So that started giving me kind of little doubt. So, but I was still practicing Islam then, not until 2021. That was when I finally made up my mind to stop being a Muslim. So what really happened was, after I decided to stop being a Muslim, I had this problem with my people. Because according to the hadith of the Prophet, said, can I quote the Arabic?
Yeah.
And then okay, it says, anyone who leaves his religion should be killed. So
wait, this is in the Quran?
Is a hadith, like the hadith interprets the Quran, like a kind of sayings of the Prophet.
Okay.
To interpret the meaning of the Quran.
But the saying itself is not in the Quran.
The saying is not actually in the Quran.
So this hadith is like a manuscript. Who writes this hadith down?
The hadith was like a record of the actions and doings of the Prophet.
Okay.
So his companions recorded everything. So according to what he said, whoever leaves his religion should be killed. So, and that's Sharia. Every Muslim believes that whoever decides to leave Islam should be killed, and they take it to heart. It's being something that is very serious with them.
Yeah.
So, but before you're going to be killed, you'll be given a 3 days period, grace period. That is when they will try to convince you, entice you try to see if you can revert back,
Change your mind.
change your mind. So, but if you refuse to, then
You'll be killed.
the next action should be you'll be killed.
So once you leave Islam like this, you should be killed.
Anybody that leaves Islam is a dead man walking.
Wow.
Is this a worldwide phenomenon or in certain places?
It is everywhere,
Even in Nigeria, yeah?
even in Nigeria here, in northern Nigeria. So the killing may not be open,
Okay.
but in fact,
Wait. By this killing, not being in the open, are you talking about emotional death or physical death? Like you will lose your life.
physical death, you will lose your life.
If you stop practicing Islam, you will lose.
You stop practicing Islam, you will lose your life. You will be
Okay,
killed.
I have a question. This hadith that you mentioned,
Hadith.
It's
hadith,
hadith, not hadith.
is it like another book different from like how if I want to read this hadith, how do I read it? Is it a separate book from the Quran?
It is, there are many books of hadith. We have the Bukhari, Muslim. You have, in fact, there are so many books of hadith. Even Bukhari alone has about 6,000 hadiths in it. All are rules, injunctions, on how you live your life as a Muslim. There are rules that if you're walking in the street, you see some Muslim walking with their trousers, jumpy somehow.
Yeah.
There is a hadith that says if your trouser goes beyond your ankle, then the rest is in fire. No matter how hard you try to maintain piety, how hard you try to live good. You understand?
Is it this same hadith that is responsible for women wearing hijab?
Yes, there's a Quranic verse
Okay.
for women wearing hijab, but the other one covering the burqa is in hadith.
So you are still alive and you no longer practice Islam. How was that panned out for you? Because you literally insinuated that if you leave Islam, you are.
Yes,
So you are still alive, obviously, and you've stopped practicing Islam for how long now?
for 3 years now.
For 3 years. But you are not.
Yeah, I have to leave. You have to leave.
Wait, you ran away from home.
I have to run away from home
Are you serious?
because if you are to stay there, you won't be alive. I won't be alive to be telling you what is. Let me tell you one thing. Why I'm here is because I want people to know what people are going through. People are being forced to practice what they don't want to practice. You understand?
So you believe that there are people in this country that are dead because they stopped practicing Islam?
So many. If I choose not to be a Muslim today, it shouldn't be a problem. Nobody should force religion down on my head.
Did anyone threaten you after you left?
A lot of threats
From who?
from the community, in fact, even from the family, because you are bringing disgrace. You are like a disgrace to them. You are embarrassing them.
But your family too threatened to.
In fact, most of them. The only person sympathetic towards my plight was my mother. But
Okay.
the rest of them, everybody was,
So you are away from your family now.
yes.
How has that affected your relationship with your family?
We are no longer in any
You guys don't
contact.
communicate.
No. Because these are some of the psychological effects, one has to battle with.
Is there a direct impact that has occurred between you and your family? Like, what exactly is your family saying? What are they saying to you? And is your family facing any form of persecution because of your decision?
The thing is, they are not really kind of facing any persecution. Though the persecution may be of different type. It may not necessarily be they are being hurt, or when you look at someone and like kind of make a statement about you that you have a brother or
That's no longer a Muslim.
an infidel.
Oh, so they are being ridiculed.
Yes, ridiculed.
Hmm.
You understand? So that alone is traumatic to my family.
You said your mother is sympathetic towards you, at least the only person.
Yes.
How about your dad?
My dad was very angry.
So he's no longer angry.
He's late now.
Oh,
Oh, so you don't see him.
I didn't see him.
you didn't attend his burial.
How can you attend? So it's just this whole thing is really bad. People should practice whatever they want to practice.
I agree.
If you choose not to be a Muslim, nobody should persecute you. Moreover, our grandparents were not Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
This religion of a thing, Islam came through war and conquering. They were conquered. They themselves, Islam was forced on them
Mm-hmm.
through war by the jihadists, the Amphodium.
Okay.
Yeah.
You understand? If you read through the history,
Yeah.
it was never about coming to preach like they do in Christianity. You come and preach, and then the person convinced, and then practice it out of his own willingness. No,
Has always been by force.
it has always been by force.
So I understand that Danny was a Christian. He's no longer a Christian. I don't think he has threats to life, aside the controversy that happens online.
I do get threats.
You get threats, but at least it is not something that the whole Christian community or your immediate community or family would even want to set you up for death. I'm saying that living Christianity as a Christian, speaking for myself, I don't think he has that much effect. Of course, we'll try to bring back a brother.
Yeah.
Bro, no backslide now. So I read a lot of things online, including a very popular phrase that Islam is a religion of peace. Anonymous, do you think so?
The word peace and Islam can never go together. You can never bring Islam and peace together. Islam is never a religion of peace, because Islam within itself fights itself within different sects.
Wait, there are different sects in Islam.
Yes,
What are those sects?
you have the Izala, the Tariqa, the Shiite. Muslims were happy when Shiites were killed in Kaduna back then. When they
I
were,
heard that story.
they were happy about it. Why would you be happy about?
Is this sect the same like how you have denominations in Christianity? You know, in Christianity we have the Roman Catholic, we have the Pentecostal. Is that how the sect is? Different doctrines.
It is almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And even within the Izala itself, it's also divided into two. The Kaduna and the other one, which is I can't remember where their headquarters is, but they are not united. They differ.
But Prophet Muhammad has always preached peace in the Quran.
You see, Islam, when Prophet Muhammad started Islam was like, there are two types of it. It is like in two ways. The first part was the tolerant Islam, the docile Islam, where Muslims take all form of rubbish. They were being, persecuted. It was a young religion, so they have to be tolerant. They have to accept whoever comes their way. They don't have to be rigid. But when it becomes strong and powerful, that was when Prophet Muhammad began to show who his true color is. He became tyrannical. He warmonger, a brigand, and
Are these things recorded in the Quran?
Yes.
Like the switch of Muhammad from being peaceful to
from the Mecca
being
to
violent.
Medina. When he was in Mecca, he was peaceful, quiet. He doesn't have much power. He doesn't even have any power. But when he moves to Medina, that was when he became so powerful, and conquers other cities, plunder them, no mercy, and the killing spree continues up until this age.
Do you think there are other people that want to stop practicing Islam like you, but they don't have the courage to?
There are a lot of them.
So you feel like some people are practicing Islam because of the consequence of the of stopping the practice?
In fact, a whole lot of you're always being monitored. You pray the Subihi, Zuhri. If you don't pray all these 5 daily prayers every day,
5 days. Yeah.
They will begin to monitor you.
Wow.
You understand? That is when they will begin to understand that this person is drawing back.
So I barely see in the South, I barely see this extremism happen. Is it that the Muslims in the North are different from the Muslims in the South?
You can't compare. The Muslims in the South are tolerant. But the Muslims in the North, they are not tolerant at all.
So if you go back home by any chance, you just go back home, what do you think will happen to you?
You know what will happen? I don't have to say it.
So do think this is a religious problem or a regional problem?
It is both.
Okay.
Yes, both religious and regional. That is why the North is still backward.
But if this doesn't happen in the South, that means it's not necessarily a religious problem. Because
Yeah,
I don't think that's how people in Dubai, for example.
you see the way we perceive the Islam in the North is I think it's totally different from we see ourselves as we know how to practice it more than any other person. Even the originators, those people that brought it to us, we see them as, okay, these people don't even know how to practice it as much as we do.
Some
What
people
is-
feel
Christians
holier
do
than,
the same.
yes, some people feel holier than thou.
Yeah.
I am not wearing trousers. You are wearing trousers. You are a
Christians do the
sinner.
same.
I am somebody that goes to church every day. You go to church just on Sunday. You are a sinner.
You're
I
going
mean,
to hell.
you are going to allow people know God for themselves.
You see the thing is, in the North, the way we take it, I have never heard of where people carry it on their head like the way we carry it on our head in the North. There are so many things that don't add
I
up.
don't add up.
Some of the works in the Quran were copied, kind of copied from other religious texts. And let me just give you an example.
Okay.
Yes,
The
please.
Quran itself was copied from the Bible. Now, the Islam started, I think, 700 years after Christ.
Yeah.
700 years. And most of the prophets were the names of the prophets in the Quran were Jewish names. They were Jewish names. And the only prophet that is non-Jewish in the Quran is Muhammad. Most of the practices in Islam were copied from the Jewish,
Where is
tradition.
Muhammad from?
It's from Saudi. It's from Mecca.
Okay.
He was born in Mecca before he migrated to Medina. So if you look at the Quran itself, most of what is there is copied from the Bible, and most of the things don't add up. Some stories, some historical facts don't even add up.